Gemini, you've got a tower moment coming in this week that you are quickly moving away from. So let's get into the details of your cards. Welcome, welcome, Moonroot Mystic family, and welcome to anyone who is new to my channel. Super happy to have you here. This will be the weekly reading for Gemini. What is coming in for Gemini this week? What is coming in for Gemini this week? Guardian angels. What is coming in for Gemini this week? Oh. What's coming in for Gemini this week? Uh-oh. What is coming in for Gemini this week? Anything else for Gemini this week? Anything else for Gemini? Thank you. All right. Okay, Gemini, you got a big reading this week. Holy moly. Okay. So first you had the Elder of Wands paired with the Elder of Cups. The Elder of Cups is about knowing. Let me backtrack. It's about taking the good and bad in life, right? And being able to build on that, right? Being able to build on those lessons, being able to emotionally say there's good and there's bad, but I know how to harmonize those and turn those into good lessons and things to build on, right? And paired with the Elder of Wands, it gives me the feeling of like shedding your old skin, right? As lizards do. Um, it's also a very like charismatic type of energy, but for some reason, I just have the feeling of like shedding one's skin, right? Having like a fresh new start, a new body, like a transformation, right? Um, However, what is very interesting about this reading is you have a lot of interesting cards. Let's just say that. So, crossing that energy was the Tower and the Chariot. I think there has been or there will be a moment of sudden change, like something happens to cause this tower moment, and I want to say it's you. I want to say it's you getting away from someone because that's just what I have in my head. That is the message I'm getting in my head. Um, I think what you don't see in someone or about a situation is that there's actually a lot of internal conflict, fighting, disagreements. It just doesn't work. And I'll show you the Five of Swords. That's a card of like mental conflict. It's also a card of having fights and disagreements with someone. And I don't think that you either understand this about this person or you don't see this coming, and that's what's going to cause this tower moment, and for you to be like, oh, hell no, and you're going to get away from them. Because you're like, I know this. I have seen this before with the Elder of Cups, right? You understand. You're very emotionally balanced and you get it. And you're like, no, I'm not doing this, right? You're going to shed that and you're going to get away from it. Because I do love what is paired with the Tower as a Chariot, because you're going to be like, oh, hell no. And you getting away from whatever it is, right? But over here, something that was done is not done. Anytime the Death card is reversed, something is returning that has ended. A chapter that has closed is coming back and reopening. This is something that you have also taken time to go into yourself and have a reflection on. You have done some shadow work there on whatever it is that's returning. This could be a person, this could be a job, this could be a hobby that you have. It's going to be different for everyone. But honestly, the energy in your reading paired with this is a lot of passion. And it's also the Wheel of Fortune there. So with this, you have the Apprentice of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So the Apprentice of Wands is about a new, passionate adventure, right? It is essentially like the Page of Wands. So you're on a new adventurous journey. And it is one that is destiny paired with the Wheel of Fortune. Because that's a card of one door closes, the other one opens. What goes up must come down, right? That type of energy. But like, is this someone trying to come back in to your life? Because you've also got the Seven of Wands here, which is an energy of like standing your ground, right? It's an energy of fighting for what you believe in, fighting for what you know is right, and standing your ground on that. I feel like maybe you've also cut this person out before, maybe because of a boundary that you set and because of a boundary that you had. And I think this person returning is causing a lot of confusion for you, because you've got, sorry, you've got the Two of Swords at the end of all of this, which is an indecision. It's a blocked choice. It's just a blocked energy, right? You don't know how to move forward on this. I mean, I can see the passion there, but I don't see a whole lot of anything else, if that makes sense. I don't see the depth of like love from this other person, or, like a soul connection card. So whoever this is that is returning, you have done a lot of work around this person or situation that is trying to come back, being paired with the Hermit. And I think the work, what's interesting too that I'm noticing is that the Hermit has the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Wands there. Like, maybe this person trying to come back, Spirit is saying, because you've done that soul searching, because you have, spent time working on that with yourself, you're going to stand your ground against this person, right? You're going to have better boundaries with this person. But it still causes some kind of mental confusion for you for some reason. And I do think it has to do with maybe someone that you had like multiple partners with, because your overall energy is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups can be about celebration, it can be about coming together with friends, but it can also be a card of like too many people in the relationship, right? Let me pull one more, do one more shuffle for you guys. Anything else coming in for Gemini this week? Anything else you would like to add? Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. Just want to be aggressive. Anything else you would like to add for Gemini? Anything else? Anything else? Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that this person or thing that is trying to return, you are already so well balanced on like what you want to work on, what you want to build, that it might cause some kind of mental confusion for you. When does it not, right? When an ex tries to come back, or a situation you're in your life returns that you felt like you had figured out. It's kind of like that, like what the fuck kind of moment, right? But I feel like it's not going to phase you, because you've got the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. Like, you are so balanced on what you want emotionally and financially, and like what you are trying to build, that it almost brings in it brings in clarity for you. I think it just shows you how much stronger you are now as a person, to be able to have that come back around and you stand your ground and block that decision, right? Because maybe the Two of Swords isn't that you're mentally confused and stuck. It could be that just the decision is blocked because you're standing your ground, right? And I think it's great, because what you don't see is that all that person would cause you is fighting and tension and mental confusion. It wasn't going to be good for you. But you didn't even need to see that. You got away from them. And your overall is the Lovers, which is a card of choice, but it's also a card of a connection. So it could be a connection from the past trying to return, right? Causing all this mischief. Mercy. Oh. But yeah, that's what I have for you this week, Gemini. If this message resonates, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would truly appreciate the support. I will be giving away a free reading this month, so if you're interested, just make sure you're subscribed to my channel and comment blessings down below. And have an awesome day. Bye, my little mystics.